Big announcement. Huge announcement today. CD1, right? We need members of Congress that are going to be good. They're going to be smart. Schweikert is somehow running for governor. He's the congressman for now in CD1. And we have to make sure that we have as many Republicans that'll fight for us in Congress as we can. And I think we can get a major upgrade because State Representative Joseph Chaplik, he announced that he is going to be running for Congress. And Representative Joseph Chaplik joins me now. Representative, why are you doing this?
Well, Garrett, thank you for having me on. You know, looking at the landscape of this country and what Trump needs to help defend his America First policy, he needs a proven, battle-tested conservative in this district. And I've served 3 terms as a state legislature. I've won 6 straight elections. And I fought for the freedoms and liberties for these constituents and the constitutional rule of law. And that's what we need at a greater level. And the overwhelming, the grassroots support this district has shown for me in the last few years, including up until now, is overwhelming, wanting me to get into this race. And so I've always listened to the constituents of the district. They want me in this race. They want to support me. They want me to be the next congressman in CD1. And so I've had my prayers answered. I've thought through this with the family and God, and I am running for CD1.
You know, one of the incredible things, and I didn't really know this about you until recently, and I know, you know, you moved here from the Portland area a while ago, but one of the things, I mean, I want you to talk about what I heard you say. Some of the things that you witnessed in Portland that made you say, I have to get involved and save my state.
Well, you know, I was born in Ohio, you know, go J.D. Vance, and I moved to Los Angeles when I was 22 after college, so I got to see the California policies. I relocated to Portland, Oregon for 10 years. I got to see that state's and the city's horrific policies, and I moved here almost 15 years ago, and I'll be damned if this happens to Arizona with Democrat policies. So I've seen the worst in these states and how people destroy a beautiful, you know, community, a beautiful state. And I'm not going to let that happen here or to this country. And so, yes, I have continued to fight for the citizens of Arizona in my 6 years at the legislature, and I'm ready to take it to the next level for this country.
So what are some of the things, and this is Representative Joseph Chaplik, who is now running for Congress in the 1st District. He's on the afternoon edition. What are some of the things that you want to accomplish as a congressman?
You know, there's the American First policies that I stand for, just like we should be. And I've done a lot of that here in the state. I mean, of course, you know, stopping illegal border crossings. You know, I ran a bill to help essentially reimburse the state of Arizona for the money we were spending to defend our border locally. Because administration was destroying our country with the open border. And the states like Arizona, as a border state, we had to pay for that. And so that was a bill I ran. I've helped medical personal freedom. You know, the mask police at that level a few years back was insane. And I had a policy that said, if you want to wear the mask, wear the mask. If you don't want to wear the mask, nobody should tell you to put the mask on, including the children in school should not be forced to wear masks. And that was passed and signed into law. I've helped get that 2.5% flat tax. And of course, I want to have lower taxation. I think President Trump getting rid of the income tax would be phenomenal. School choice. You know, we got rid of K through 12 at the federal level, Department of Education. And again, school choice is an organization that you can put your kid into any school you want. So the money follows the kid, not the district. And it will create more competition to fix those public schools that are failing and squandering billions of dollars with no results. You know, so these are some things that I've done before. I'm going to continue to push the American First policies. Our freedoms and liberties are under attack. The constitutional rule of law is under attack. And we need to defend that, or we're not going to have an America. You know, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. It was a beautiful country, and it still is. But we are under attack more than ever in my lifetime. And we need to stop the border crossings, which we've done, but the drugs are pouring in. We need to continue to strengthen this country economically as well. We need to get affordability under control. The inflation rates during the Biden administration has crushed this country for the average American. And so simple that we forget what Biden did over those 4 years because we get numb to what we're paying already. But it needs to go back down. We need to get affordability under control.
So what are some ideas about that, right? I mean, housing. People, when they say affordability, they talk about housing. They talk about gasoline prices. Gas prices have dropped around the country. They're going down here in Arizona, but not like everywhere else. I mean, what are things that you think you can do in Congress to help make life more affordable here in Arizona?
Well, I know I hear this a lot. There's 435 congressmen. I'm one of 435. I'm one of 90 down at the state legislature. It's hard to get, policies moving at that level, but I can have a larger voice for Arizona. I can have better common sense ideas. I bring a business sense mind to the legislature as well as to Congress when I win. And I can continue to help defend the American First policies of what we're wanting to do. Competition drives prices down. Period. We have to open up some of these markets to more competition. We have to drive the interest rates back down. Yeah, they're still low historically, but they're high from the last 20 years. We need to get that interest rate market moving with lower rates, as President Trump talks about all the time. There are so many avenues that we can do on the business side alone to keep things affordable. And again, opening up competition, being pro-business, allowing a fair platform for people to compete on, especially like in the schools when we have school choice and it's going from state to state. That is showing progress in all the states that are getting school choice, that the results are going better for the children. Public schools are starting to reel back and figure out what they're doing because they never worked with competition before. They never had to look at the charter schools or the private schools and see what they were doing to succeed. And that's a perfect example of what we can continue doing in all industries. And so, yes, the gas needs to come down. We need to get back to America first and make America great again, like President Trump's been doing.
State Representative Joseph Chaplik, probably soon to be Congressman Joseph Chaplik. What's the website where people can go? I know you need to get signatures, things like that.
Just my name, Joseph Chaplik, CHAPLIK.com.
And
JosephChaplik.com.
Really quick, Joseph. I mean, you see how crazy the Democrats are, right? I mean, they get crazier by the flipping day. The stupid things they do, the stupid things they say. Are you going to be able to take the insanity? We have some crazy ones already here. You have that crazy Yasmin Ansari. You have the pepper spray queen over there, Adelita Grijalva. I mean, you're going to really want to put yourself through this and deal with these people?
Well, there's Democrats at the state legislature too, Garrett. So, yeah, the Democrats are more woke than ever. They're completely out of touch. I look at they're trying to push Kamala Harris again to be the nominee in 2028. Are they crazy? I look at registration with the voters. The Republicans are outnumbering the Democrats in the state of Arizona greater than before. You're looking at LD3, which I represent right now, is the strongest Republican district in the state, and our registration has continued to climb. The Democrats have basically flatlined in this district, which makes up a good portion of the congressional district. And so, when you look at the congressional district and how it overlays the 3 legislative districts, we have 8 of those 9 legislative seats in CD1 for the state house. So this is a Republican conservative district. I will be the front runner and I will win this seat.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Representative Joseph Chaplik, soon to be possibly Congressman Joseph Chaplik. I know we're going to get you on plenty in the new year and to talk more about a lot of things, including tariffs and stuff like that. Congrats on the launch. You can go to josephchaplik.com for more.
The legend.